Is this thing on? Hi everyone, it's JJ from Bright Idea Records, located at brightidearecords.com, the brightest minds in music. And I just wanted to say happy Juneteenth. I hope you're out there getting some sun, because that's kind of what you're supposed to do, like in the middle of June. You're supposed to go and celebrate Juneteenth because there's festivities and crap, and it's good to party. Because if you don't party, you're gonna wind up a big old Debbie Downer, if you know what that is, if you can believe that. I'm trying to start the day because I had to get some rest, and I like to rest in the room where my pets are, and I can't hang out in there anymore because my pet is sick and it makes me upset, and I gotta get away from the thing that I love because I can't fix the thing that I love, and I can't cry anymore because my eyes get too crusty, my nose gets too stuffy, and it's just no way to live. I've eaten so many bowls of breakfast cereal, I think I'm gonna explode. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm depressed is just eat bowl after bowl after bowl of breakfast cereal. It makes me look really fat, but I'm really just bloated. I, hey, people gotta eat, right? Um, I could really use a cigarette. I haven't had one today. And, I could, I could use a drink too. That's probably gonna happen soon. I only have these two things. I don't know what I mean. You know what I mean. Of course, I got more than that. I got my Mountain Dew. It's really, really warm. I'm trying to cool things down in here. I know I should be sweating more because I'm wearing a leather vest, but I don't think I have the energy to sweat right now. Luckily though, when I was eating my second bowl of cereal, I think it was Honey Nut Cheerios, I got a phone call from my singer, and it wasn't bad news. I mean, it's kind of bad news, but not for you, not for me. He's like up. He's locked up in the hole. If you know what that is, do you know what the hole is? It's that's where they put you when you're naughty, when you're in the penitentiary. And I guess he got drunk on some hooch, cause alcohol is a very simple thing. It's you can make it out of just about anything that rots, and I guess he got pretty wild and out in the fucking penitentiary, and they had to put him in the hole to teach him a lesson. That's fucking hilarious. I think that's rock and roll, actually. I wish somebody would put me in a goddamn hole right now, 'cause I can't do it to myself. And I'm far too upset about way too many things right now. It's getting overwhelming. Thank you for being patient. I do appreciate that. You know, kids, I don't know if you know much about bad habits. Back when I was a kid, I pretty much assumed that it was only kids that enjoyed like media and entertainment and either that or kids and like housewives, you know, cuz who else is going to be watching TV, right? So, I don't know, things are a lot different now, and that's fine. That's great actually. But here's how it is. Just in case there's kids watching. I know I'm basically adult programming, and that's the way it should be. I'm pretty fucking adult, you motherfuckers. So, but here's how it is, kids. If you're as resourceful as I think you are, you're probably watching me. You're probably seeking the adult programming because you want to be a little adult, right? That's real hip. That seems like a really good idea because being a kid sucks. You got no rights, you got no resources. You may have a voice, but nobody listens to it because you're just a stupid little kid and you don't know anything. At least that's what the idiots think of you. The people that are supposed to know things, you'll grow up and you'll find out they're way dumber than you thought they were. And they're way littler than you thought they were because you're going to get tall and then you'll be like, these little loudmouth idiots don't help me with anything and they're totally ready to put me down all the time. So, but it's a bad idea to rely on vices. It seems like a really adult thing to do, but if you think about it, having horrible, unsolvable problems is really adult too. So try to be carefree. I wasn't very good at it when I was a kid because I had all sorts of interesting and complicated health problems, and it's kind of ironic. Everything. It's ironic. You ever listen to Alanis Morissette, kids? Like, she pretty much got it right. There's a lot of songs that are not true. They're basically there to help you pass the time, and think happy thoughts instead of miserable thoughts. And then there's some songs that are specifically made just to make you cry. Because there's some people that seek that shit out because they're such robots. They don't even know if they're human anymore. So they need a fucking song to make them cry, to remind them that they still feel, I guess. I don't know. I try to avoid music like that, like the plague. But I digress. It's bad to rely on vices, especially the adult ones. I'll more on that in a moment. Because when you're a kid, your brain is still developing, and it's very susceptible to neurotoxicity, and uh, you should really just try to wait until you're old and developed enough to handle all the toxic shit you're gonna have to do to get through life. If you're anything like me. Oh, but I'm not a total Debbie Downer. I'm just trying to like be a free thinker. I was in a horrible deadly accident and I'm getting closer and closer to the 20-year anniversary date every day. And it's great. And each day it weighs heavier and heavier on my mind. Now I've had 20 years to make a name for my dead homies, and the best I've been able to do is just like alienate the audience. But I do hear stories here and there about little pockets, little clusters of like middle school students that listen to the Zero Tolerance Task Force, like while waiting for the bus. They got their cell phones, their Bluetooth speakers, and I get word of this, and it makes me feel like a good, good guy. Like I'm not a total loser. Again, thank you for being patient. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to waste my time. So thank you. I um I have good news, and I'm not gonna forget. Boy, that shot, that hit hard. I like it. I'm like, I'm totally jodido. I think that means totally fubar in like Spanish. I can't remember. I don't know. But I'll have to do that other one in a second. I'll have to. And so, good news. Yeah, so I told you my singer, he's in the hole, getting time to himself, but they still let him have a phone call, and he used it on me because I'm a reliable person, especially for my friends, family, it's even my pets. Like I'm one of the most reliable losers, born losers you'll ever meet. And yeah, it was pretty funny to hear he was in the hole. I told him about an episode on Twitter where one of the people I follow, you might know who it is. I'm not here to name drop. They know who they are. And they posted like a photo of Eric Andre looking in a like looked like a hotel room like mirror, like just doing a selfie. He had like his shower cap on, like he's getting ready to take a shower, and he looked very serious. It's the look on his face was comedy, uh, you know, and this given the situation, it's even funnier. And so what? Well, he made this masterpiece called Bad Trip, and I think it's like an artistic metaphor for life, because life is kind of a bad trip waiting to happen, if you know what I mean. And so what? So what? Well, there was a time period where I had an app that was recording my cell phone calls, because I had to keep track of my life, and basically promises I was making to people, plans I was making for the future, all that shit. It's hard to like keep track of. So like it might seem like spooky big brother shit to record your phone calls, but when you're totally out of control, it helps. And there was this one time he called me from prison a while back, my singer, and we were talking about music because we're like music obsessed. It's it's a preoccupation, a mental preoccupation amongst like the rhythmic and the otherwise easily thought provoked, if you know what I mean. And I was trying to tell him about Bad Trip because like it's such a really good movie, and I mean, shit, man, everybody knows that dude. Like, who doesn't get stoned and watch cartoons on Adult Swim, right? It's been a long time since I've had that luxury. Like, fuck, man, longer than a decade. It's been a long time. But my point is it all comes around. Like, life's a bad trip until you get back on your upswing or whatever. And like, apparently my singer's gonna use me as a reference, and I'm totally down. He doesn't even have to ask. I'm already like there, you know. Like, of course, you know. If you need my help, I'll answer my phone when they call. I'll do my best to keep my phone charged and like be alert, and because he needs a reference to go to this culinary school in Ohio. I don't know what you know about prison. It's like you probably think it's just like a bunch of gangs, a bunch of rape, a bunch of like, you know, lockdown, a bunch of crappy cafeteria food, but there is an element of rehabilitation in correctional institutions. It's like that's essentially what it's supposed to be. It's like a place to reform and rehab and try to figure out why you're such a bad, bad, horrible person that you just keep getting locked up for doing bad things, even though you'd just like to be normal. But, you know, Obviously, it's difficult. Otherwise, America wouldn't have such an incredibly high number of incarcerated individuals. And, but yeah, planning a future, like going to culinary school in Ohio, is a very smart idea and a good plan. He told me this idea before, like a year or two or three. He's been in prison a long time. He's like a little brother. He's like a kid, but he's already like getting old, like turning into and uh you know, I told him, I'm like, dude, there's the kids that go to like culinary school, like institutes, like if you ever find yourself in a correctional institution, you might want to think of like other institutions, like the educational ones, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just going to like maybe try to tell you things that the non-helpful adults, maybe they're not telling you cuz they're too busy trying to get richer than Donald Trump. They're so busy that they have no time to give you any useful advice other than just get your act together. Get a job, loser. Or whatever. And like on Sunday, I like to check out the community morning programming. Kind of reminds me of the old public access days. There were a lot of community-minded people down there. And by the way, happy Juneteenth again to my community. And you know, it's JJ from Bright Idea Records. Um And yeah, on Sunday I saw all these kids dressed like chefs, and Chef Jeff from Family Style, he's like getting to know them, and their instructor, Miss Jessie, and it was a very positive environment. The kids were extremely confident in themselves. Like each and every one of them thought they were going to make the best dish. Like they were certain that they had to win because they're so goddamn skilled. So that's pretty cool. I was even impressed, and I couldn't even taste. Like I could see, and it looked pretty fucking tasty, but like that was very nice to see people that were not 18 years of age that were that confident and functional, and like each one of them wanted to start their own business, like be an entrepreneur and start their own restaurant. Like basically 90% of them. Like there was this one chef, she wanted to travel the world and meet the best chefs on planet Earth. That might actually be more inspiring and like more creative, more unique than all the other answers about wanting to be a business owner. Because I got news. Like, yeah, it's smart. I run Bright Idea Records. Like, it's good to be an entrepreneurial kind of person, especially in this fucking country where, like, money is everything. Okay? But if you're not, like, a business school major, graduate, MBA type of bootlicker, brown noser, if you're not a total tool, you're probably gonna suck at being an entrepreneur. So even though it seems really smart, you're probably gonna fail. Did you know that 90% of all small businesses in the United States of America, 90% fail and go out of business in the first year? It's true. Go ask the SBA, the Small Business Association. Go ask your local bank, and you'll. I'm not a liar. Dude, this Mountain Dew is so warm. I like it. I like it. I think it's funny. I was joking around. I got my bananas, man. I was joking around the other day about all I had left in my party pack arsenal was melons and bananas. How that was all I had, and that's like nothing to rely on. It's kind of a metaphor for tits and dicks. It's funny. I'm basically saying all you tits and dicks are worthless to me. But I finally drank them, and now I won't have to think about that anymore. Got that out of the way. Every day I make new accomplishments. I make shit happen. I'm an MSH motherfucker up in here, going crazy up in here, losing my mind up in here. Party hard, play hard, work like 10 times harder. So yeah, that was that story. Go to culinary school if you really want to. My old man, he suggested I do that. But I'm like, but father, I can already cook like a goddamn chef. I make my own pasta out of semolina flour. Like, I can fry an egg like a badass. Eggs in a basket, just like some V for Vendetta junk. If you've ever seen that, that wasn't around yet, but I just I somehow knew, if you know what I mean. And yeah. The only thing is, food doesn't solve everything, does it? It's better than starving, you know. But at the same time, yeah, what if your heart is starving? What if your mind is starving? What if your soul is starving? Like, food can't help with everything. But, you know, if you're in the right community, like of talented, gifted chef kids, that might feed your mind and soul and maybe heart. I don't know. Sometimes it takes other people to do that. Other times, it's really all up to you. You know, it's different circumstances for different bastards and sons of bitches and, you know, etc. This son of a bitch. Oh, man. Has been working hard at geeking out. I tried to share this with you the other day. Think I'm capable right now. I know that, like, nobody's watching. I had one viewer, I'm pretty sure it was me, after a half an hour, and I'm very proud of you because paying attention to me is probably just gonna make you, I don't know, um, it's not gonna make you feel good, alright? And if you're watching stuff, it should probably make you feel good, right? Well, this might make you feel good. I'm trying to feel good. Like, maybe I can do this. Let me see. I think it should still be on. Let me get a window. That's better. Okay. Better than what? I don't know. Better than not having the picture on the window when I'm trying to direct a show. That's how that works. You know, better than that. Sorry. I'll be back. Give me this moment. Ah, fucking A. I'm gonna delete myself right now. Boop, boop, boop. Delete yourself. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. That's pretty sensible. Try to stay hydrated today for this Juneteenth because it's dangerously high temperature, like right now. Um, I think I've started to sweat. That's a good sign. I think my body's starting to work. Sometimes it takes a little while, some stimulation to get my autonomic neurosystem and brain functions going. Because I don't think they really. I don't think. I don't think I want them to. I know it's not really a conscious effort, if you will. It's kind of like, um, autonomic. It's kind of a subconscious. You don't really have to think about making your heart beat. It just sort of does it. Yeah, it's still on. Okay. Here, I'm gonna type in my password. Don't look. It's rude. Uh, 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 no. Yeah, I'm pretty proud that I just got J squared web hosting basically alive again for whatever that's worth. It's pretty dope, I guess. I don't know if you've ever like what am I trying to say? I don't know if you've ever run a web hosting operation. It's it's unique. It's like a business entrepreneur kind of a thing to do. But even though I don't plan on having real customers, I pretty much just want to host myself and all my projects because I'm a complicated man and I like music, I like video games, I like people, I like whatchamacallit, computers, I like skateboarding, BMXing, hell, even like the snow like snowboarding and skiing and crap. I even like roller skates and fuck. That's not even close to all my interests, but those are pretty like I dedicated a lot of time to those interests, you know, people and being a good person to those people and yeah, I guess it's gonna take like half a dozen at least different websites to fucking convey what I need to convey. So it only makes sense to be like doing this, even though it's. I can't believe I'm even this old. I thought I'd be dead by now. Like, I've never had it too easy. Um, I don't know. But, what am I getting at? I guess it's like life is like a box of dildos, a box of crap, like turds, shit. Life is like a box of, you know, like the. You ever go trick or treating and you get really like you get good candy and then there's that crap that you wouldn't even feed your dog. For most people that's Smarties, but some people love Smarties. Smarties are kind of like the retarded younger brother to Pez, like if you know what I mean. I'm kind of a poet if you don't know it. You know what? I got to go. I think I'm feeling better. I'm not quite as mopey. I gotta cool it down and hear some more. So brighten up. Things will get brighter. Maybe things will get brighter.